Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here? JJ Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Rabington present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. I think that was backwards. Uh-oh, darn, that's not it. Gosh, where are my notes? Ha! I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Ah! Okay, music suddenly got really loud. Oh, was he smart? Ha! No. No, he always scored second worst marks in class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his two rabbit's feet. Oh my god. Ah! Okay. I need to do that real quick with the audio. Okay. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag. It's good to know, but say Sparrow-san, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, who scored the lowest? I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Yeah, he pleads the fifth. Here it is. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? Let me see. Is this rigged? Is there a cat on the stand? Wait, who died? It was a frog, right? He was a frog. The fuck? My PC sounds like it's gonna explode. Hey Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are assiers. Assiers? The associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Caroline Demuyao. Demuyao? Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh! Are we there already? Okay, I'm trying to remember, did I give him like a Morty voice last time? Oh, I choose to call the officer in charge of murder investigation. Oh god, I'm not going to do that the whole time. Inspector Valeretti to the witness stand. Valeretti? Inspector Valeretti, please approach the stand and recite the oath. Oh, he was the one that I think he's supposed to be like Voltaire, possibly. As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record, please. My name is Inspector Just Valeretti. I'm a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague the city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian Killer to justice. Is Viridian Killer, like, gonna be the last case, probably? My path begins 18 years ago. I've got a big bold backstory already. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Oh, of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. And perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival? Absolutely. So I think I already said it feels like the lion, like the head of the hotel, is like super obviously guilty, but this could be a red herring. I mean, there's literally an item in this game called red herring. So yeah. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rogel. God. On seeing the crime, we found Dame Caroline Demuyao. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case, in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. Bloodied paws? Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination? That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Oh my gosh. I need to check something real quick. Is my PC running at an acceptable temperature? Please let me know. Please tell me. Task manager. What the frick? What is this shit? Well. I think I see the problem. This game is using 40% of my CPU. I do not understand why. Anyways. Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in his testimony. I will try to do that. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless tales. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question. We were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid. Like, am I gonna get in trouble for wanting to examine all of these? Housemaid's a giraffe, right? Inspector, you say you were alerted to the scene by Baron Rogiel's housemaid. That is correct. Oh, what was her name? Caroline Duhois. We found her running from Chateau Crinier with tears in her eyes. Crinier? That's that female giraffe lady, wasn't it? We questioned her extensively, but we didn't find anything implicative. As far as the police are concerned, Caroline Duhois is not a suspect. Guess we have another question. Oh. Oh. Never mind. I guess we don't really have any questions. In the crime. Inspector, you said you found Dame Cataline at the scene of the crime. Correct, the suspect was standing right beside the victim's body. Guess it wants both. You find anything out of the ordinary in the garden? Out of the ordinary? Missing garden tools, broken fences, that sort of thing. Definitely not. We combed the garden and it came out empty. Nothing but marble horse statues and properly trimmed grass. That seems pretty definitive. First we have another question. When you say standing right beside, would you say the two were less than 1 meter away? I would say around 3 feet. I'm not familiar with British measurements. How many feet are in a meter? Well, they're 12 yeah. Wait, I need pen and paper. 12 inches to a foot. That is just plain silly. Oh god. Monsieur Falcon! Is this going anywhere? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. The metric system is going towards a unified system of measurements for the entire world. Oh god. Shut up, Sparrowson! It's contempt of court. I meant for the trial. Does this line of questioning have any purpose? In the context of the trial? Not in any form whatsoever, Your Honor. And stop wasting our time. Uh-oh. Oh no, we have favor? Shit. Oh shit. Okay, so it actually does matter whether we ask all the questions or not. But yeah, do I? Never mind. Okay. Well, I think we need to talk about the sliced open corpse. I'd like to ask about corpse of Monsieur Grenouille. Go on. What was the cause of death? That was immediately obvious when I arrived on the scene. Monsieur Grenouille had a gaping slash from shoulder to thigh. Blood was everywhere. Spoke with the coroner. He was in agreement. The frog died from blood loss directly caused by the open wound. I see. Suppose there's no chance of arguing that this was an unrelated injury, huh? Do we have another question? Yes. About the slash. These are important questions. I feel like they're important. Could you describe the cut Monsieur Grenouille's corpse? Oh, okay. Certainly it was a single vertical slash. If they find a deep cut, the sort that you would expect to see from a sharpened saber or a surgeon's knife. Or a cat's claw? No. No, it was not a cat. Cat didn't do it. Wait. You say a saber or knife? Could have inflicted the wound. Isn't this a line of investigation that's worth pursuing? Ha! Don't be daft, Falcon. Did you see or hear anything about a knife or sword at the crime scene? Did we? No, I don't think so. I feel like we'll get in trouble if we lie. I didn't, but actually, wait a minute. We have this stuff. That wasn't at the crime scene. Guess not. Okay. Without evidence, it's pretty unlikely, but it's a pretty unlikely possibility that for some reason that feels like that's not right. Let's stick to the facts. You have another question about the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille? Yeah, the last one. Oh, wait a minute. No, we don't. Alright, last one. Spectre, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Correct, blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. Well, whose blood was it? I don't think we have blood testing. What a question. It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. Is it... Are we going to be able to tell because frogs are cold-blooded? Maybe they'll be able to tell the difference? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon! The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille? Do we? I don't think so. Oh, wait. Well, could it be the steak? I mean, I feel like we might come back to that. Do any of these talk about blood on hands? Wait, wasn't the lion bleeding at some point? Didn't he have like a cut on himself? Dang it. It's been a few days since I played this, so I don't quite remember everything. Sure, even though I don't think we do. I have more than one suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws have nothing to do with the murder. Oh, well, okay, we're gonna say that the blood on her paws are from the steak. Blood on Dame Dame Caroline's paws didn't come from the victim. Where did they come from? I thought they were talking about that the blood on the frog was not his blood. That makes sense. But this makes more sense overall. It was the steak. A bloody rare steak! Is that true, Monsieur Rabbington? Well, in a matter of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well... answer that, Inspector. Don't answer. It's a possibility. You gain favor with the jury. So, Inspector Valeretti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? No, hold on a minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Speaking of something quite crucial, let me turn this up a little bit. Dame Caroline is an elegant Borgo kitten. She has no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question, or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Caroline to eat with her paws. And that was... the silverware! That was stolen. Was eat steak with her paws because the silverware was stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rorgel residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rorgel approached us about this very subject last night. Ah. Oh. What a twist. You get a little favor with the jury. What is the meaning of this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you, I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Oh, I read that in a weird... okay, wrong tone. But, yeah. Oh, dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine. So be it. Messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready? Of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robito Robino, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Robito Robino, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred, without fear. But a little cliche, blah blah. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record? If anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me, I am the great Monsieur Robito Robino, the cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Jusu Liautiste tu es un pipe. You may have seen my works in hit magazines, La Branche or C'est Chaud, Chote. I can send you tweets if you like. Wait, what? Is this a bird? Is that the joke? Did they tweet? What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon. It's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Rubino, but let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Royale to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the morning. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Hold on, one sec. There we go. Then I billed Baron Royale and left. Like a true artist. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? If I might ask, I brought a copy so that you could all see for yourselves. Is it the cat? Caroline. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. This is an exquisite photo, isn't it? So, let's see, who do we have here? Isn't this the same photo that we already have in the evidence? Or is it different? I think it's the same photo. I feel like there might be something in the photo, possibly, that... I still think the lion did it. Not a whole lot of, like, evidence as to why. I just think so. Baron Wargel, the lion who hosted the event. Senor Poutoir Demio, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And then the thieving giraffe. Housemate Coraline Duhau, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Caroline Demio. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Rubbington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point. I feel like the clock that has missing hands is definitely going to come into play soon. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects... Wait, behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock. There we go. The time set at 7:30. Yeah, when we saw that clock, it didn't have any hands on it for some reason. Now, why is that time significant? Well, Inspector, Valeretti told us earlier. That was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Hey Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different to the one we borrowed. Okay, finally. We weren't really able to see this one. Apparently it's different, but we can't look at it. I'm assuming the one in the photograph doesn't have the clock hands on it. Okay, there we go. Also, it's a different subject matter. Caroline's on it. Was he like superimposed into it? Believe it or not, like superimposing on the photographs have actually always been a thing. Those superimposed photos of the Civil War that had, I guess it was like publicity stunts or like early publicity stunts, where they like superimposed a picture that had Abraham Lincoln and General Grant at like the same location, but in reality they actually never were there. But Monsieur Rubino's photograph shows Baron Wargel where Dame Caroline should be standing. It's a different photograph. Also, the clock hands are different, so it might be superimposed, or I don't know. If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should have slammed the evidence down. Be like, BAM! Inconsistency. This whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegal. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, we illegally obtained evidence. Well, we don't have to admit that. I mean, come on now. If I were to present it, Monsieur Rubino would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. Oh yeah, because we kind of stole that photo, didn't we? In the worst case scenario, I could lose my legal license, and we could be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. Very well, the defense may proceed. It's a waste of time if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Okay, I'm not sure just how strict it is. The jury did kind of get mad when we were asking too many questions. But does that matter? Like, is there actual significance in that? I don't know. I guess let's start questioning. I guess we can avoid questions that aren't super important. It's not like in a Phoenix Wright where you ask every single question, no matter how unimportant they sound. You said you arrived at 7 o'clock. Give or take a few minutes, yes. Actually, I feel like this one's more... Like this is the better question, because how did he know? Are you wearing a watch? Well, the clock in my house reads 6:45 when I left, and the walk to Chateau Crinier was about 15 minutes. I don't claim to be flawless timekeeper, but I am a professional. I always stick to an appointment. Yeah. I feel like this isn't a very important question, but how long did it take you to set up your camera? It took perhaps 25 minutes to find a shooting location, put together the camera and ready to film. So you're right at 7, and the photograph took place at 7:30. And you spent 25 minutes setting up. At least 5 minutes unaccounted for. Yeah, we are kind of grasping at straws on that one. Surely you aren't suggesting that Maser Rubino did something nefarious. Damn. Again, I don't know how strict any of this is. The only thing I can think of is that he took the hands off the clock, but I still kind of feel like I'm a little bit on the right path of thinking that it was like superimposed or something like that. But with that being said, why would he take the hands off the clock? Unless I'm going a little overboard here. In reality, he just took 2 photos, except for some reason he took the hands off the clock. I guess I am also just really banking that that Rubino here is the one that took the hands off. No. I spent a little time talking with Baron Rogel. When I arrived, that's probably where the rest of the time went. Not really. Oh, I'm not sure how much we have to talk about the camera. Can a camera ever make mistakes? I feel like that's a question that if we ask it, the jury's gonna get mad at us. Quite a crisp explanation. Plain click camera. It's like the brown box cameras. They just call them brownie cameras, I think. That's what they used to call them. 4 days to develop. Okay. The photograph. Again, I feel like we'll get yelled at if we ask why it's in black and white. Just to clarify, Monsieur Rubino, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That's correct. A photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible! I just told you, Monsieur, the camera is a perfect unbiased device. The photographs it produced are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific? Certainly. Click on the area of the photograph. Here. Clock in the photograph, there's something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates the client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rivington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in the picture. It's the over one. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Weren't we talking about earlier that this was illegally obtained evidence? Uh-oh. I'm slamming the evidence. Yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah, we stole evidence, so what? We're proving murders here. Let's not quibble over minor matters like legality or admissibility of this piece of evidence. There is something much more pressing that needs addressing. Photograph Monsieur presented clearly shows the clock hands pointing at 6 and 7. Well, that is self-evident. Yet, the copy of the photograph that I'm holding shows the clock face as being completely bare. As it happens, it is this second photograph that conforms with reality. The clock in the lounge of Chateau Crenier has no hands! It has no hands. It has no hands. Oops. Uh-oh. This clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free. Oh, okay. I guess it's not a real clock? Huh. I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, Monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process? An error precisely where the clock hands should be. Please, Monsieur. Don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Rubino, edited this photograph. I knew it. Superimpose. Edited. I'm no expert, but I suspect that you use paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. Oh, okay. So there was never hands to begin with. It was just a blank clock, which, okay, don't quite understand the reason why you would have a blank clock. But the hands were added. Okay, that makes more sense, I suppose, than taking the hands off. It would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Yes. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Because he was probably paid to. Isn't it obvious? We're showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30. He clears all the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rubino created a perfect alibi. Oh! Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Rubino coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Rubino. Fine, you got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it. You're confessing to murder, Monsieur Grinwy. He's probably confessing to the editing. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered by whom? The lion. I dare not say. Monsieur Rubino, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's questions. You're pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. I ain't no snitch, bitch. His claws? Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Rubino, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We do not live under the ancient regime after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That is the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. We. Intriguing. You gained favor with the jury. So, the clock hands are painted on. So what? Doesn't matter. Of course it matters. The photograph still depicts Dame Caroline as absent. Close to the time of the murder, that's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Remington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Oh, why not? It's still a portrayal of the nice events. Because if we accept that one part of the evidence was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Caroline was painted out. Even worse, is it possible that another person was... Okay, now if it was superimposed, it makes sense, but painting it, you had to be a really good painter to do that. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? What? I don't think it was either of them. No, it was the lion. Rorgel or whatever his name is. I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motive. And it wouldn't make sense for Seigneur Portois to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest, beloved Baron... Yes, I'm absolutely suggesting it's the Baron. Deliberately try to frame Dame Caroline? Yes. Because that would be the most outlandish fear. Yet, the Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Remington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, mayhaps I should offer my opinion. Oh, here he goes. Gonna lie out his ass. We didn't even get to ask the billing question with Rubino because he got held out from for perjury. I'm assuming it wasn't important because we preceded the story. So, Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet. It's always the Baron. Anytime there's a Baron involved. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yeah, I suppose it's fine. Very good. I trust that the defense has no objections. No objections here. Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear, prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. He's leading questions. He's reading a script. Oh, Baron Rorgel. On the night of the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grin, we left to visit the garden. Dame Caroline followed behind him moments later. Senor Portoir, Mademoiselle Rubino, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, Garçon? Yes. I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Oh. Mouse drifted off of the screen. Okay. Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. That is established with absolute certainty that I, Baron Morgel, am an honest lad. The defense may proceed with cross-examination. The dinner! Baron Morgel. Oh no! The first ad! No, get off! Get! No! No! What is happening? Oh. That's what happened. Where's the playlist at? Well, there was a playlist. It, like, disappeared. One sec, y'all. Let me... put something back on that I know I can at least have and not worry about being muted. There we go. Okay. Baron Mordell, I would like to ask about the dinner you served that evening. Very well, ask away. I feel like... Is the red herring actually not going to be a red herring? Now, about this red herring. Yes, what about it? I'm not sure, but I feel it's vitally... oh, it is of vital importance to the case. I just want to clarify this. Are you saying that you wish to pursue the red herring? No, I'm not. I'm an idiot. On second thought, I suspect the red herring may be a diversion. I'll leave it alone for now. It's a good call. The joke was starting to wear thin. Hey, I was thinking maybe it wasn't a red herring. Like, it was the opposite. Like, because typically a red herring is a red herring, but maybe the actual red herring isn't a red herring, you know? You have another question about the dinner? Maybe? We established that the silver was stolen from your residence prior to the banquet. Indeed, I am very aware of whom the culprit is, but I've decided not to press charges. It is curious, then, that you decided to serve steak. It isn't what one would describe as finger food, after all. I don't know about that, Falcon. With the right attitude, all food can be finger food, even soup. There's nothing curious about it. Senor Pertois and Dame Cataline are vocal lovers of rare steak. I was merely suiting their needs. Besides, what other choice did the Baron have, Falcon? Serve vegetable broth like a common street bitch? Do be quiet, prosecutor. You sound ridiculous. No, sorry, Baron. No. Talk about Grenouille. What's your relationship to him? Part his demise. We're business partners. Well, there's your motive. Monsieur Grenouille. Yo. Myself all owned a third share in an up-and-coming railway company. Excuse the crassness of this question, but that means that you and Senor Pertois would now own half of the company each, correct? Is that how that works? I don't think that's how that works. I mean, unless he, like, didn't have a will. it should go to someone. Correct. I suppose a slight glimmer of benefit that arose from this foul situation. Oh my god, he so did it. This goddamn lion. You lion. Well, Monsieur, you must understand that Monsieur Grenouille and I were friends as much as we were business associates. I mourn the man's passing. Of course. Yeah, I have many questions for him. Why did he visit the garden? I believe he wants some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear. I see. But that is quite coincidental timing, isn't it? How so? Well, Monsieur Grenouille felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived, and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness. Hold on, Falcon. Surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Grenouille's food was poisoned in some way. Was his food poisoned? Wait, what? Do we have anything that suggests that? Oh, no. No, he wasn't poisoned. I don't think. I mean, we don't have any evidence that even remotely suggests that. We haven't done anything with the cigar, but I don't think that has anything to do with poisoning. No. There's nothing to indicate poisoning. I just found the timing somewhat puzzling. What's puzzling about it? Monsieur Grenouille always had a soft stomach. It's really no surprise that he couldn't keep down a good rare steak. Yeah, I have many questions. Oh, wait a minute. We need to go back. Regarding Grenouille. I feel like we'll go into the garden, ask questions, and we'll probably do like the next event. And we're probably not even gonna talk about the housemaid. I feel like the housemaid might have witnessed the murder, but I think she's fearing for probably her own life and her job, possibly. I don't know. Let's go to the garden though. Baron, we saw the murder scene. Your garden for ourselves. What's the little horses? Like the statues? Wait, what? Oh. There are all these horse and cherub statues in your garden. To be frank, we found the whole thing a little weird. Could the defense please stop horsing around? Can't have any relevance to the case. Doesn't? I don't think it has relevance. Oh my god. Nay, it doesn't. But hey, you can't bray a man for trying. Not bad at all. Yeah, I don't think the horses have anything to do with this. Yeah. Last time you visited. Baron Royale, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my garden. Oh, that's a goddamn lie. Because we found one of your cigars in the water. That's a lie. We're gonna call him out on that shit. That's not right, Baron. I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and why is that? Because we have evidence that you have visited the garden recently. Balderdash! My word is gold. Show the court your hard evidence. Right here, bitch. Yeah. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody, and prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. It must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, that's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar was casually discarded. But, as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that can only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? But I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Wargel, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I not? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine, let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Wargel, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. I knew it from the very beginning. Correctly accused me of murder. How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an outstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Remington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Wargel as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Getting a frog belly could be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Rubino confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Oh, there we go. Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence. You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. That is preposterous! And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guest, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Couldn't it? Wait, so was the fake photograph the one? The fake photograph must have been the one with Cataline in it, right? It had to have been. Because if it was the one with the line, if the one with the line in it was fake, then the dad and the giraffe can just be like, yeah, that never happened, right? I feel like that's right. Then he hired an... yeah, okay. Photographing the guest in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just gonna let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something. Object. You're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of sight of his guest and any stooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Seigneur Pertois Demieux, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage. Judge, I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there's only one outrage here. And that is you! That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder! You are Borgo of the worst kind. How dare you, Garcon? The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat Borgo. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp. I ought to get you right here now. Like I did that damn frog! Dun dun dun. Damn. Could someone please restrain the Baron? Yeah, like I said earlier, we never got to the last option. We just proceeded for the story. But, yeah. I mean, we still did it right, because we're proceeding. Oh, this is the Cockney guy. I'm on it, Jan! Let go, mental concierge with you! Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw! That's a slur. Well, this is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a matter of speaking, well, to be honest, no. Then I shall not confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in the time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean you disproved Cataline's innocence? You disproved Cataline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. Well, prior to DNA evidence, I guess. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure if I understand the difference. I'm not sure. Oh, that was weird. We have reached a decision. In light of the previous revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline Demio, to be not guilty. Bring out the confetti. Just like in Phoenix, right? Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, you did it! Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. Fuck yeah. You did it, Falcon! I can't take all the credit. This is a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. Okay, 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon. Oh, it was nothing. I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius. Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case. Monsieur Falcon, there's no need to play coy. The case is over. But play coy? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. Oh wow, I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you. But what? Wait a minute, what? Huh? What? No, you can't do that. Nothing adds up. Don't do this shit. Game. What? But your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rogel's cigar, but yeah. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. So the Baron. I know you can't just go by what he said, but he was like, "Oh, just like how I killed that frog." That line, like, yeah, that pretty much implements him. But uh, okay, this isn't really adding up or whatever. But Falcon, like, I get what they're doing, but still, it's like, it doesn't feel right. There could have been a better way to do this. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Rubina's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the photograph because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. I guess it does make a little. I guess it makes sense because I was talking about the photograph, and I'm like, well, whoever isn't in it the first time, or whoever was added to it, can then disprove that they were added to it. So the one, yeah, she's explaining it right here that he painted over the photograph with her. And I guess they were trying to say it was the other way around. And it makes sense because I guess the dad was in on it? Yeah, the dad was in on it. Huh. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative because that could have gone very badly. What the fuck? Well, what are we gonna do? Is the Baron, who was so obviously guilty, uh, isn't actually guilty, but then, what? Uh, what's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a Bargo kitty like me. I, I think you should leave. Fine. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Now, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petit Sparrowson. How much cash money we got? We got, how much, 40? Falcon? What do we do now? Uh, Falcon? Uh, yeah, what do we do? What? Well, huh. Well, that was the end of Act 1. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Are we gonna release the lion because he didn't do it? Or what? Uh, yeah, I guess we'll see next time.